Campeón mundial, soared, Canelo Alvarez.
Being the best of the best takes an incredible amount of hard work and dedication. This is especially true if the mountain you're trying to climb is being the best active boxer on the planet. Of course, being the best comes with plenty of perks too. The man who has reached that peak is Canelo Alvarez, the 31-year-old Mexican multi-weight champ who currently holds the unified super middleweight championship of the world. In today's video, we're going to share 5 incredible facts about Canelo Alvarez's otherworldly lifestyle, from his crazy strict workout routines to his extravagant wealth and drop-dead gorgeous wife. You're not going to want to miss this.
Number 5. Super strict schedule.
One of the many things any athlete trying to become the best must figure out is their schedule. For most people, it's incredibly easy to slip out of a routine, becoming enticed by the spontaneity of life. For Canelo Alvarez, maintaining a rigid schedule helps him stay one step ahead of his competition. The training camps for his fights can last for months at a time, following a tightly regimented timetable. During his preparation for his rematch against Gennady Triple G Golovkin back in September 2018, Alvarez was training 6 times a week. On every day except Sunday, he would wake up at 6 a.m. to start running, a staple of every pro boxer's training routine. After his run, he would have his breakfast and then take a power nap before the most intense training sessions of the day. From 2:30 to 5 p.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Alvarez hones his boxing skills. He slides through a boxer's repertoire, doing fierce jump rope intervals before transitioning into shadow boxing. From there, he hits the speed and heavy bags. To wrap up the day, he strategizes with his team on a game plan to stop his next opponent. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are even more intense. During the 2:30 to 5 p.m. time slot, he does hard sparring. Anyone who has ever trained combat sports understands, sparring sessions can be grueling. Look, this isn't a sport where you're tossing a ball around. Fighters step in the ring with the intention of knocking each other out.
Grandes peleas, creo que eso es algo muy importante, que gente de todo tipo pueda ver una pelea del Canelo, y eso para mí es muy importante. Y obviamente mi futuro, no, eso es, para eso entreno, para eso me sacrifico, para eso arriesgo mi vida.
Number 4. Restrictive diet and specialized workouts.
People who are unfamiliar with the world of boxing may be surprised to learn that most boxers don't lift. Lifting has become very popular in modern sports, but for Canelo Alvarez, he only sparingly lifts. Like most boxers, Canelo prefers to condition his strength through calisthenics. In an interview with Muscle and Fitness, Alvarez stated, "If I lift any weights, I'll do it for more explosion, but I really use my body weight to build up muscle and strength. I like working with my own body weight, and I just do the best job I can to be healthy and strong, both before and after a fight." Sorry, gym bros, that extra 20 pounds on your bench press likely isn't going to translate into punching power. Canelo also adheres to an insanely strict diet when preparing for his bouts. Alvarez started his career as a light middleweight, having to cut to 154 before a fight. He's now competing at 175, but still limits what he consumes to certain kinds of foods.
Bueno, la comida es muy importante aquí en el entrenamiento, en la preparación, porque es lo que te da fuerza para entrenar, que entrenes fuerte, que estés fuerte, y a la hora del entrenamiento no estés cansado.
During training camps, Canelo's diet consists of mostly lean meats and low-carb veggies. By eliminating most carbs, it becomes easier to manage the scale. In fact, he only allows himself to eat high-carb foods like tortillas once per week. Most of his protein intake comes from chicken and fish, complemented with leafy greens like spinach and kale. Once his fights are over though, Canelo allows himself an indulgence of sushi and tacos. You can't put in all that work and never give yourself a little wiggle room. In fact, we're just getting to the juicy stuff. We've talked about what it takes to be the best boxer, but stay tuned to find out what lifestyle perks you get from being the best.
Number 3. Canelo Alvarez is ridiculously rich.
No sane person would torture themselves the way a professional boxer does unless it came with a nice pot of gold at the end of that arduous rainbow. I mean, who wants to give up sushi and tacos for the possibility of getting punched in the face? Well, a quick look at Canelo Alvarez's bank account might help you understand why. According to Celebrity Net Worth, the Alvarez estate is worth a cool $140 million. Let's put that in perspective. Anthony Joshua is worth around $60 million, and Tyson Fury is worth around $57 million. For active boxing superstars, Alvarez stands above the rest on his mountain of money. He had signed a contract worth $365 million with DAZN and Golden Boy Promotions in 2018, but ended up pulling out of that deal after the promoters were paying him less per fight than originally agreed upon. Canelo's net worth is only expected to soar in the coming years with more fights under his belt.
Realmente me faltan varios años por estar en este deporte. Me gustaría hacer las mejores peleas y dejar marcado bien el nombre de Canelo entre las grandes, de las grandes peleas y uno de los mejores en la historia del boxeo.
Being an elite pugilist comes with more paydays than just fight purses. A significant chunk of Canelo Alvarez's wealth comes from his various sponsorships. Anyone who trains boxing is familiar with the iconic brand Everlast, who sponsors the Mexican boxing superstar on a multi-million-dollar deal. Check out the label on Canelo's gloves in his next bout. They're always Everlast horsehair gloves. Although it's unlikely that Canelo imbibes a lot of spirits, he has sponsorship deals with the Mexican beer brand Tecate, as well as Hennessy, the world's best-selling brand of cognac. So next time you're watching Canelo in action, be sure to wash down your shot of Hennessy with an ice-cold Tecate. He'll thank you for it.
Canelo, be bold.
Be bolder.
Whoa.
What's a world-famous athlete without an endorsement from a luxury watch brand? From Tiger Woods to Tom Brady, every sports superstar seems to team up with high-end watchmakers. Canelo Alvarez is no exception, pairing with Roger Dubuis since 2018. Not only can you catch Canelo rocking Roger Dubuis' luxury watches when he's out and about in the world, he also rocks their logo on his shorts during his bouts.
Como te digo, tengo ahorita yo para retirarme, gracias a Dios. De todo lo que he invertido, tengo cada 3 meses tengo entre 4 y 5 millones de dólares que recibo cada 3 meses. Entonces tengo para retirarme ahorita y no tengo problema, pero me gusta el boxeo.
With all that cheddar comes the lap of luxury. Have you ever thought about what you'd buy if you had the opportunity to go on a spending spree? Perhaps you could follow in the footsteps of Canelo Alvarez, picking up the freshest kicks on the block. Canelo once splurged nearly $20,000 on sneakers alone. He has an affinity for the late Kobe Bryant's Nike line, the Kobe 9 Elite, and runs in Saucony. But of course, if you're going to buy that many sneakers, you're gonna need a matching hoodie, right? In the same shopping session, Canelo picked up a $15,000 Supreme and Louis Vuitton hoodie to pair it with 4 pairs of Nike Air Max 90s and a pair of Adidas EQT Support 80V. Final price tag, $19,800. Speaking of Louis Vuitton, the luxury brand is another one of Canelo's many sponsors. The question now is, does being a sponsor for their clothing line earn him a discount?
A mí me gusta como yo me he visto, veo cambios que me gustan y los hago o los pido trajes o lo que sea.
You got expensive taste.
Así es.
You like expensive
Sí,
stuff.
entonces, pero realmente soy yo el que escoge sus cosas.
If you think spending that much on sneakers and clothes is nuts, we haven't even got started yet.
Number 2, he collects supercars.
When you're living life in the fast lane, you're going to need a car with a lot of giddy up. Or in the case of Canelo Alvarez, several cars with excessive giddy up. Canelo is the owner of a collection of supercars that would make the Fast and the Furious lineup look like child's play. In 2019, he purchased a Bugatti Chiron for just over $3 million. It's the fastest street-legal car on the planet, and there are only 500 others in existence. Now, you wouldn't want your supercars to get lonely. Alvarez's Bugatti shares a multi-story garage with his Lamborghini Aventador, Mercedes-Benz G63, Mercedes SLS AMG Black Series, Ferrari Testarossa, Mustang GT500 Eleanor, Rolls-Royce Ghost, and AMG C64 Biturbo. Take a breather, but we're not done. Ferrari 458 Italia, McLaren P1, Porsche 911 GT3, and a Lamborghini Gallardo Renazzo by Vorsteiner. My, oh my, that's a lot of horsepower in one garage. The total value of his collection comes in at nearly $15 million.
Puedes tener rápido mucho dinero o rápido no puedes tener nada. Entonces, no hay que ser tan pendejos. ¿Sí me entiendes?
We talked about the crazy fit lifestyle, the insane net worth, but there's one other thing that's generally associated with very wealthy athletes.
Number 1, he married a goddess.
Look, you know how it goes. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Back in the day, Canelo Alvarez was known as a bit of a ladies' man. But it's not that surprising considering he's a young, attractive, and exceedingly wealthy sports superstar. A look at his dating record suggests that Canelo has a type. Drop dead gorgeous. He had been seen romancing TV starlet Kate Del Castillo, Miss Universe beauty pageant contestant Marisol Gonzalez, and Venezuelan supermodel Shannon de Lima. Unfortunately for all the bachelorettes watching this video, Canelo Alvarez settled down this year, tying the knot with Chilean supermodel Fernanda Gomez after his TKO performance against Billy Joe Saunders. The punishing pugilist and sultry supermodel exchanged vows on the altar of the Guadalajara Cathedral on May 15, 2021, dashing out the hopes of bright-eyed bachelorettes around the world. The 25-year-old Gomez is as beautiful as her husband is skilled in the boxing ring, but is also a highly successful social media influencer and businesswoman. Her Instagram account has over 1 million followers, and she owns and operates the Nail Bar and Boutique Luxury Lounge in Guadalajara. The power couple live in Guadalajara, Mexico, in a multi-million-dollar mansion that would give Bruce Wayne a run for his money. What do you guys think of Canelo Alvarez's fantastic lifestyle? Is waking up at 6 a.m. and getting punched in the face worth a garage full of supercars and a marriage to one of the most gorgeous women on the planet? Or is living in the lap of luxury a bit too extravagant for your tastes? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe for future combat sports content. Thanks for watching.
How do you say sinceridad? My sincerity is the most important. The number one important, the sincerity, my heart,